This is number 9 from page 341, and this problem was from the May 4th, May 5th assignment, and there were a couple of questions on this one. So we want to integrate this expression, and we want to do so by u substitution. There are only two reasonable things that u could be. U is either going to be the x to the third, or the u is going to be x to the fourth plus 3. So, only two possibilities to consider for u substitution. One of them would be, what if the u is the x to the third? Well, that makes du 3x squared dx. Now, if we try to do that substitution, this to there is a nice clean substitution. But that and this in combination with that isn't going to work. Now, there are some problems that are higher levels of difficulty that we didn't get to due to time this year, where you might be able to, more than just dealing with a constant, algebraically kind of force this into there, or work backwards and do the same. There is no substitution that's going to work with that. There's no reasonable substitution possible. So based on what we know, the only other reasonable thing to consider would be, what if we let the u, instead of being the x to the third, be x to the fourth plus 3. That makes du 4x to the third dx. Now when you check out the substitution here, the x to the fourth plus u, that's going to make this thing u squared when we do the substitution. And then the x to the third dx like this misses just by a constant. And we've had many problems we've dealt with so far where the constant is easily adjustable for. So this can work. So for the next set of lines here, what I did is I recopied that here and then brought the 4 over, divided by both sides by the 1/4. Divided both sides by 4, which becomes a 1/4 in front of the du. Okay, now when we do the substitution, everything will work. So that x to the third dx gets replaced with 1/4 du. Usually it's nicer if you put the constant on the outside and the du kind of has to go there. We don't have any choice. Now that x to the fourth plus 3 is being raised to the second power, and now we have a nice clean expression in terms of u that we can integrate. Constant comes down, basic power rule, constant of integration. Clean this up, the 4 times the 3 on the bottom, make that a 1/12 out in front, and then back substitute the u with x to the fourth plus 3, and that whole quantity is being raised to the third power.